When Paul wrote the book of Philippians, he was in jail. And even in spite of this, he says and repeats many times that you should rejoice. What could be the reason behind this? It is because Paul knew prayer well. And keep in mind that when you pray, it does not necessarily mean that if you ask for something, God necessarily will grant it. But at the very least, we have 3 things given to us, which are given to us in Philippians chapter 4. Paul says that we should not worry about any single thing. But that in everything, through prayer, supplication, with thanksgiving, we present our requests to God. How could we be anxious for nothing? If we want to not be anxious about anything, whether the matter be big or small, the first thing we need to do is to pray. And prayer is leaving the things of your life before God. And then you ask. But there is a third thing which is very important, which many people neglect. But when God does something, you first have to give thanksgiving. You pray and leave the matters of your life before God. You ask for His supplication, and you can ask for whatever it is you might want or need. You can tell God everything that you want. But do not forget this one thing, to thank God. Many times we neglect and forget thanksgiving. And sometimes when we have relatives and they fall sick and a doctor comes along, and we trust that doctor. Even when the doctor has not yet healed your loved one, you already say thanks to the doctor and say, I believe that you can do something to help my loved one. And the same goes when you pray to God. At the very first instance, you say thanks to God because I know you are able. And then the 3 promises come. The first promise is a peace which surpasses all understanding. In Philippians chapter 4 verse 7, it says so very clearly. It says, in everything, by prayer, supplication, with thanksgiving, you present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, shall be yours. So the first promise that you can enjoy is this peace within your heart. I will give to you 2 real illustrations and examples. The night when President Marcos left the Philippines, there was much trouble in the Philippines. That night there was supposed to be a meeting for the Alumni Association of Hope Christian High School. And I was asked to preach. They had prepared many different things for that evening. When I was going to go there, well, on the television you will see that many things were happening. And the person who was in charge of the program was telling me, maybe Pastor Shao, we need not meet today and we could ask everyone to go home. He says you could watch television and you could tell that yes, the times are not okay. And what if something happens? These people might not be able to get home. And in this matter, I brought it to prayer. And I thank God for it. And I suddenly felt that this peace which passes all understanding comes. I cannot explain it, yet I could feel it perfectly. I said, it is okay because God will take care of all. And I said, whatever you have planned for this afternoon, let's go through with it. And so in that afternoon, we had the opportunity to preach. It is very interesting because from the beginning till the end, there was not a single fear or anxiousness within us. There was this peace within us. And later on, when we were watching the television, and we saw that Marcus had come out and he was waving. And later on, there were other tanks on the streets. But there were no gunshots. There was no ammunition expended. People were shaking hands instead of fighting each other. And the embassy of the United States was advising President Marcos that he needed to go. And something which should have been a big issue became at least a peaceful and non-violent issue. And we also know that there is President Ramos. Once he had a friend who was a speaker in our men's fellowship. And he also had this testimony to share. He says that afternoon, Marcus was in a plane near their area. And downstairs there was no way of defending themselves. And if there was just a single missile which would come down, the camp would have been gone. And Ramos said, "Come, let us pray." And he says that after he prayed, there was a peace. And they opened their Bibles. Psalm 91, verse 1. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. He clearly knew that plane was already overhead. And that there was nothing that they had with them to go against that particular plane. They could have been destroyed in an instant. The plane comes down, lands, and the pilot comes out and says, "We are on your side." And so this big trouble again passed. There is another example where I experienced this peace. There is the sister's grandfather. There was a funeral service that was supposed to be held one afternoon. And I was going to speak at that service. At 1 o'clock, many people already started coming. And that morning, my youngest daughter was having a slight fever. I thought it was a very normal occurrence. And at 1:15, my wife made a loud voice. And he says, "Wesley, come quickly and look at your daughter." And I saw that my daughter did not have black eyes anymore, but rather it was completely white. And she was gritting her teeth. And I felt very difficult. I was worried that before I could conduct that funeral service for the elder upstairs, I would have to do it first for my daughter. And some of the brothers and sisters who were here early were also very concerned. Is there any medicine that we could use? Or we could call a doctor quickly. And if you saw the way she was gritting her teeth and the way her eyes look, you will think that maybe even the doctors will not be able to come on time. Philippians chapter 4 came in time. It says, be anxious for nothing. It says, in everything pray. And with thanksgiving. And then this peace which passes all understanding. And dear wife, let us come and pray. And suddenly the fear disappeared. There was this peace which passes all understanding. And there was a sister who, this sister in church who had a suggestion. If we don't have medicine, there is one thing which could heal your daughter. I heard that you could give them a lot of soy sauce and they can be healed. Of course, we did have soy sauce at home. And so we took it. And so I forced my daughter's mouth open. And just put all the soy sauce into her mouth. And then suddenly her eyes came back. And upstairs people were calling me. The funeral service was about to begin and I was already expected. And so I went there. At the moment when I was most concerned downstairs about my daughter, Philippians chapter 4 comes in time. What should you be anxious about? It says, in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, you let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God which passes all understanding shall be yours. And I felt no fear. I preached and I felt that peace within me. And I was even able to go to the funeral itself, to some province, and until the burial was completed. When I came back home, my daughter was already there calling out to me in a loud voice. When I spoke about this incident in the United States, I asked a doctor. I was asking a doctor if, do you really believe that this remedy I tried, the soy sauce remedy, works? And the doctor told me, soy sauce never healed anyone. Your prayer healed. And so know that soy sauce is not medicine. Prayer is. So what is the first promise? It is this peace which passes all understanding. You do not know what God can give you, the greatness of things that God can give you, but He can give you peace. And if you have this peace, you know that God is able. Let us read it together. You are to read it together, verses 6 and 7. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, shall guard your hearts. Second promise, verse 13.
腓立比書4章13節。
Philippians chapter 4 verse 13.
我靠着迄基督的力量呢，
Through him who strengthens me,
凡事拢会做。
I can do all things.
基督互你什么？
What does prayer give you?
意外平安，
Prayer gives you a peace which surpasses
互你的
understanding,
力量。
and it gives you strength.
我靠着基督我力量的，凡事拢会做。
I can do all things through him who strengthens me.
愿讲两个实际的见证。
Again, two real life illustrations.
伊伫美利国有一个同工叫 Dr. David Morgan，
Once Billy Graham had this co-worker named David Morgan,
伊去南澳开会，
and he went to Davao City for a meeting,
我甲翻译。
and I was his interpreter.
伊属务开会，爱我甲翻译。
He also went to Cebu for another series of meetings, and he also wanted me to translate for him.
那个明年啦，将先生娘提用请伊讲道理，伊讲就请受牧师甲翻译，伊甲我翻译惯势咯。
And in Manila, when he was asked to preach again, he said that I want Pastor Shao to translate for me. I am already accustomed to him.
点伫基督教青年会大体育大迄个篮球场，
And so in this big basketball court,
迄个会是一礼拜，
we held the meetings for 1 week.
拜一甲拜啦，翻译拢无问题。
From Monday till Saturday, we had no trouble at all with the interpretation.
拢是我对南澳来，
But I come from Davao,
真侪人捌我。
and many people do not know me.
早起也请我讲道理，
They know me, and in the morning they ask me to
下
preach.
晡也请我讲道理。
In the afternoon, they also ask me to preach.
哪里甲你直直讲话啊？
And so I was there talking
因为
and
真侪人
without end,
自然爱甲你讲话个。
because many people wanted to talk to you.
差咯7点半啦，规个哨声无声。
And by the time 7:30 in the evening came along, my voice was starting to go.
我去找 Dr. David Morgan，
And so I went to look for Dr. David Morgan.
我无声，我无声，我无声。
And I was saying, my voice is disappearing.
你会用去请别人，
Can you ask someone else?
无声要怎样翻译啊？
Because if you don't have your voice, then how can you interpret?
伊甲我问 Wesley，come with me。
He put his arm around me and said, Wesley, come with me. And
来台顶的布幕后壁。
he invited me to go to the behind the pulpit,
跪落去，
and we knelt down.
伊是正即只圣经在个祈祷。
And then he prayed Philippians 4:13.
主啊，
He said, Lord,
我是你无声，无力。
Wesley has lost his voice.
你讲加互我力量的，凡事会做。
You say all of us can do all things through you who give us strength.
临时我要怎样去请另外翻译无可能。
How can we go and invite another person at this short notice?
下午是报道会落尾哩，
And this afternoon, it's the last day of the meetings.
搁还要紧。
And even more importantly, Lord,
主啊，伊需要力量，力量好。
he needs strength. Grant him strength.
伊并无讲会用伊免翻译。
He did not say, don't let him translate anymore.
我经验间哪像个电流对我身躯去。
I felt as if electricity had gone through my body and up myself,
声完全恢复。
and my voice returned to me completely.
迄个样的会真好。
That afternoon's meetings were just simply fantastic.
主无提开你的胆，当属你什么力量？
The Lord did not just remove this trouble from you, He granted you
头将
strength.
平安，第二样力量。
The first thing He grants you is peace,
Aye.
second, strength.
我第二个实在的见证。
The second illustration.
1963年，
In 1963,
中华牧师退休，
the pastor Wang of UECP retired.
因外面请无人，
And outside they could not invite
牧
anyone
师
else.
退，就请小牧师退就跑去。
And so he suggested that Pastor Wesley Shao from Davao be invited to come up.
講袂用哩，我咪就交代袂講現請或現行。
And I said, we can't do that. We can't just say it now and then do it now. I have not explained it to the
到迄
people
個
back
時
there.
陣，對面呢啦，甲南澳一禮拜就2擺飛機咧。
And at that time, there was only 2 flights a week between Davao and Manila.
我真愛去南部四區報道。
And I like going around Mindanao preaching.
所以我寫批甲經理朋友講，唔通落去搶啊去啊，到11月半我才去。
I said, do not rush me about maybe in the middle of November.
所以我就準備要去南部四區報道。
So I prepared myself for another round of speaking engagements throughout the island.
一日感覺喙齒真痛。
One day I felt that my teeth were just hurting.
喙齒醫生是基督徒。
My doctor was a Christian.
伊給我看了。
And he looked at my teeth.
小牧師。
Pastor Shao.
建議兩項。
I have 2 suggestions for you.
去所有報道取消。
One, do not cancel your engagements.
第二樣，甲明年啦，講明年再去。
And second, tell Manila that you will go there next year.
我想第四。
I said, what's the trouble?
迄個時陣我喙齒已經是着補盡機器底下有補的吼。
Well, at that time, my teeth were really badly in need of repairs.
伊講我細伊給你檢查。
And so I carefully examined your teeth.
你剩16支的喙齒。
You only have 16 teeth left.
只有4支是好的。
And only 4 of them are good.
其他攏歹。
The rest of them are bad.
唔是着補啦，着肥啦。
They are not just things to fix up. We need to do some major overhauls.
剩迄4支無路用。
And those 4 teeth are not very useful.
全喙齒，我現在有時我無俾你看，攏講是假喙齒。
And if you will look at them right now, all of these are false.
我要怎麼辦啊
？So what do we do?
我講我甲6月已經明年啊甲錢咯，我6月我請到11月半，我得較11月半就去明年啦。
I told my dentist, I already promised them November. I already delayed it by 5 months. I definitely need to go there.
真實
Really?
滿喙齒啊，就去休困啊。
You know that if we pull out your teeth, you need some rest.
現在哪有時間啊
？We don't have the time.
你買無
Do you want it or do you not want it?
明仔載來是拜四。
The next morning it was Thursday.
頂面無支萬嘅倒邊。
5 upper teeth on the left were pulled out.
拜五你去休困。
Friday we rested.
拜六過來，這邊頂面無支個萬嘅。
And Saturday came and we did another 5 teeth on the other side.
你未講道理哦。
And so Sunday, no message, right?
拜一來。
Monday comes along.
下面6支個萬嘅。
6 more teeth downstairs were removed.
拜四這邊無支，拜六這邊無支。
So 5 teeth on Thursday, 5 teeth on Saturday.
拜一下面6支。
And 6 teeth on Monday.
你看。
Do you dare preach?
沒有。
Do you want to?
那我就寫回去，明年要較萬支。
If you don't want to, you need to write your letter right now.
我人愛守信用，我已經講對人嘅錢係唔能夠錢。
I'd like, as a person, I'd like to keep my commitments.
等我對個牧師咁講。
And when I went home and I told my wife,
你跟他勇敢啊
she said, "You're trying to be brave, aren't you?"
講到守信用個。
I said, we need to keep our word.
因我唔敢去哦，唔看你這邊拜五支啊，拜四5支，拜六這邊個5支，拜一下下6支陪陪去。
You know, it's 5, 5, and 6 Thursday, Saturday, Monday.
你叫恁早間去陪你。
Maybe you can ask your daughter to go.
就是我這早間。
This daughter.
等我去辦嘅時陣。
When my teeth disappeared.
唔是用什麼藥。
It was not through any medicine or anesthetic. The blood was flowing.
我先講係固地啦，固地轉嘅，唔能吞落去哦，水。
Well, I was asked by my wife to gargle.
不一定，肺冇個直流。
And the blood stopped flowing.
拜四頂面5支，拜六這邊個5支。
Thursday, 5 teeth on the left. Saturday, 5 on the right.
拜一這邊個，拜一下6支陪陪去。
And 6 downstairs on Monday.
你看這專業。
I can show it to you. I can show the same thing. All of them are false. And now with these teeth, I can go on preaching for many years.
隨時會發生大事。
Because the dentist was very adamant that if you keep those teeth, they are useless to you and they could give rise to complications.
那麼宣教士離開了，我一日出信。
And so the missionaries had left, and I was.
當年我第二禮拜未講道理。
Obviously, I could not preach for 1 week there.
新人講道理，等咗別長老替我講道理。
The elder Tan took my place for a time.
伊是心無閒，常常喺外面啊去做代志。
He was a very busy man.
伊替我2禮拜。
But he took my place for 2 weeks.
謝牧師話唔通嘅咯，我冇辦法去退伊啦。
He said,
道理冇遐快啊。
Pastor Shao, I cannot take your place much longer.
我冇喙齒，你就講道理。
I said, I had no teeth, I can't preach.
你祈禱我。
You pray.
我祈禱了，腓立比書4章13節。
And I prayed, and I remembered Philippians chapter 4, verse 13.
我靠着基督嘅力量。
I can, through the person who strengthens me,
凡事都能做。
I can do all things.
我就一邊實在心無閒。
And I knew that this brother was indeed a very busy person.
所以我喺呢上台，冇喙齒。
And so that day I went on pulpit without my teeth.
冇喙齒就講道理。
And you can just imagine how that would
我講
work.
會講我得人家10年啊。
I told the congregation that I've been
今
here
日我
for
冇
10
喙
years.
齒啊，我盡量講嗬。
Today I have no teeth, but I'll try my best.
哇，冇喙講道理是真艱苦啊。
It is a very difficult thing, believe me.
講了，我你聽有無？
I said after I finished, did you hear me and understand me?
我聽你關係啊，聽。
Did you?
我冇喙齒講幾難禮拜。
I preached several weeks without my
一
teeth
直到報了。
up until my teeth came back.
因為聖經就在英文講什麼？
Only because there's a verse in the Bible which promises
靠着基督的力量嘅凡事攏會做。
that I, through the person who strengthens me, can do all
有
things.
時哎呀，擔真重啊，我冇辦法啦。好，主冇給你提擔，屬你力量。
Sometimes you feel that your load is far too heavy and you can handle it no longer. The Lord does not lift it from you. He grants you strength to bear
即
it.
係個力量哦。
Let us read this verse.
靠着
I
基
can
督
do
嘅
all
力量
things through
凡
Him
事
who
攏
strengthens
會
me.
做。不一遍。
One more time.
我靠
You
着
can do all
基
things
督嘅力量嘅
through Him
凡事
who
攏會
strengthens
做。
me.
有跟你講，凡事攏會做。
Does the Bible tell you that you can do all things?
來，第三項，要揾腓立比書第4章
The third thing, still in Philippians chapter 4.
19節掀開。
Verse 19, open your Bibles there.
我嘅上帝，
My God
的確照佢應有嘅豐富，
shall definitely supply all your needs.
何恁所欠命嘅，攏總充足。
He shall supply according to his riches in glory, supply all your needs.
我嘅上帝照佢應有嘅豐富，喺基督耶穌內，何恁一切所欠命嘅，攏總充足。
My God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus.
上帝賜咱意外平安。
God grants us peace which passes all understanding.
第二項，
Second,
上帝賜咱天天頂嘅力量。
he grants us strength and from above.
第三項，
And third,
伊照應有豐富啲什麼？
according to his riches, what does he give you?
何恁所欠命嘅，攏總充足。
He gives you all that you need fully.
基志文牧師講一句。
There's this pastor who once said,
迄項代志，若上帝叫你做，大先意外平安互你。
if God asks you to do something, he will first grant you peace.
第二項力量互你。
Second, he will grant you strength to do it.
第三項你欠命嘅，伊將補充你。
And third, all that you need, he shall give to you.
我直接捌講，就約全部咧辦過年2成嘅，伊是這是根據上帝負責到底。
And I can tell you that indeed God will take care of all these things.
我真愛伊迄個見證。
I like that testimony.
2成嘅過年，將咱無共無關。
He had this person had 2,000 orphans under his care,
伫早起6點返到房來
and in the morning at 6,
，George Mueller 早起咱袂 學生有早到會無？
George Mueller wakes up in the morning and says, will we have a morning prayer?
有啥代志啊？
His colleagues ask him, well, what's the matter?
我就甲你實在講，
He says, I have to tell you very frankly and honestly
廚房內面無半項。
that within we do not have anything left in our kitchens.
因同我食早以前就早到會。
They always pray before they have breakfast.
有你聽有無？
Did you hear that?
廚房內面無半項。
We have nothing left with which to feed these people.
到頂都擺水無半項。
We only have water on the tables, but no food.
有什麼人發表啊？現在幾點？6點。
And George Mueller looks at his watch and it's 6 o'clock.
什麼時食早起？8點。
What time will we have breakfast at 8?
你去我祈禱。
Let's go in and pray.
到7點佢哋個話。
At 7,
有什麼的？咱要敲鐘叫學生來早到會。
he says, it's already 7. Will we ring the bell and ask our students to come in for prayer?
你聽清楚無？
Did you hear that?
廚房無半項。
There's no food left.
到頂都水無擺。
There's only water, but not food on the table.
幾點？
What time is it?
7點。
7 o'clock.
咱幾點食早起？8點。
What time will we have breakfast?
你
8
去
o'clock.
我祈禱。
Let's pray.
伊就叫根據即在。
And so he prayed this verse of
上帝
scripture.
你叫我辦個義，
Lord, you asked me to set up this
我
orphanage.
現在真需要，在你應有豐富所欠的羅從中。
At this time, I have a great need. According to your riches, supply us our need.
7點半，迄個過來喎。
At 7:30, his colleague
你
comes.
敲鐘早到會無？
Will we ring the bell?
怎樣唔係？
Why should we not?
咱是8點嚟食早起。
We will eat at 8.
佢哋講一個唔得起笑。
This person has gone out of
我就
his
甲
mind.
講幾若擺講廚房無半
I
項，
already told him there was no food left.
你怎樣感謝？
How can we thank
7
God?
點半學生攏入嚟。
At 7:30, all the students and orphans
照
came
顧
in,
祈禱，有什麼就照顧祈禱。
and George Mueller continued praying.
感謝主，上帝負責。
We thank you, Lord, because you take care of all things.
伊祈禱未了，外面砰砰砰砰，真大聲，門拍真大
And
聲。
just before he finished praying, there was a loud knocking on the door.
是有一個人咧賣麵包的，規個摕來。
And there was someone who was selling bread who just brings this big load of it
伊
inside.
講我袂曉怎解釋，
He says, I do not know how to explain it.
但係怎樣我即刻就來。所以感謝了，感謝主話麵包來啊，8點才會食早起。
And so this person says, I do not know what it is, but I was compelled to come here. And just right after George Mueller gives thanks for the food, it arrives.
伊斷句講到上帝從來唔捌一擺實事，
He says that God has not once failed him in any way.
唔是干啊金錢啊，
It is not only with regard to
係
material
我
wealth.
哋金錢我要都講一擺。
If you want to speak of that, I shall share one more thing to you.
1949我喺美國讀神學，
In 1949, I went to the United States to study in seminary.
迄間學堂全部學費免，攏總現實攏總免交，
And all the tuitions and fees were waived for me.
冊也互你。
The books were also supplied for me.
學交代講義袂使甲收錢，
And they did not receive anything from me.
校長來，
And the president comes.
袂用你那衫穿布啊，來去買水，較高。
He says, your clothing is too thin. Let us go and buy you more appropriate clothing.
迄領烏口也無夠。
Your overcoat is threadbare.
啊，你個鞋啊，你唔知遮咧落雪啊？
Your shoes are not fit for the snow.
我讀嘅所在離開芝加哥就150英里啊，佫較白。
The place where I studied was 150 miles away from Chicago.
10月底落雪，落甲1個月。
And it snows there from October till May.
校長真關心，
And the seminary president was very
我
concerned.
常常來宿舍看。
And he often visited me in the dormitory.
這到遐，
So when I arrived,
Wesley啊，你知緊你老邊位啊？
he says, Wesley, is your nose bleeding?
我無啉茶啦，
I said, because I was not able to drink tea.
我喺美尼拉常常啉茶啦。
In Manila, I always got to drink tea.
哦，無啉茶。
Oh, you didn't get to drink.
來， 带我去街路，即时给我买一个小电灶，搁有一个鞋啊通煮茶。
And so at that instant, he brought me out to buy this small heating equipment.
每一摆伊真无闲，我甲房说，我是坐落去，你要甲我讲啥？
Every time, even though he's busy, he will ask me to sit down and Wesley, tell me what's your problem.
我英文是中国英文啊。
My English is Chinese
伊就
English.
讲 sit down 坐落 ，speak slowly，较慢讲诶，我得听有。
He'll tell me to sit down, speak slowly so that I can understand you.
校长真听，
The seminary president loved me.
有通食，
I had food to eat.
有册，
I had books.
啊，逐项免。
And I did not need to pay for anything.
佮买茶果，佮买互我通泡茶。
And I was given a teapot to make my tea.
只有一项伊袂记。
There's only one thing he forgot.
一般诶新学生，
In general, among the students,
礼拜人去请讲道对，礼拜请讲道理咯。
many of the students are asked to preach.
逐个计钱，
All of them.
一摆20箍，是15箍，是25箍。
And maybe they're given 15, 20, 55,
阮两个
25.
中学生去，自然袂讲啊真偏诶道理啊。
Well, obviously, being from overseas, we could not preach well.
啊，人请你见证，
And people sometimes ask you to share your
见
testimony.
证了5箍互你。
And after you do that, they give you $5.
偌久才一摆，
And that comes only once in a long while.
落尾佫讲一句。
Later on, we maybe say one more
若要
phrase.
请见证，毋通请迄个卫士，伊英文咱听无。
They even said, if you want to invite someone to share a testimony, don't invite Wesley. We can't understand his English.
无半项钱啊！
And so there was no money left.
人就奇怪，我个头毋敢你遐长啊！
And people were wondering why my hair was becoming so
啊，你
long.
学阮人迄个阿辉哦，头前长，毋是啊，因为剪出一摆就5块，我无钱啊。
Oh, people were wondering whether it was some fad I was following, but it was because I did not have money to cut my hair.
Wesley 啊，你那西装穿3礼拜咯，连咯。
And I was asking, Wesley, you have been wearing your suit for 3 weeks.
再用3礼拜，你洗一摆打水啊，都不钱我无还。
Because if I dry cleaned it once, I would not have the money for it.
Wesley 啊，要啉咖啡无？
Wesley, would you like to join us for coffee?
我无爱啉，
I do not like coffee.
毋是无爱啉嘛，无钱通啉。
It's not because I didn't like coffee, it was because I didn't have money.
你真正婚衫敢你只乌鬼鬼啊！
Wesley, your inner shirt, it's lined with dirt and
因为宿
grime.
舍毋准人去洗衫，
Because they did not allow us to do our laundry in the dormitory.
洗一件衫就2角银，我无钱啦。
We needed 20 cents to wash our shirts.
惨嘛实在无钱。
I really had not a single cent
校
left
长
on.
真听我无？
But the president loved me.
我甲校长讲，
And I told him.
迄日我去找校长，
That day I visited him.
校長講sit down Wesley，
And he again asked me to sit
你
down
要
as
講
usual.
啥？
And he asked me, well, what do you want?
迄日伊真無用。
That day he was very, very extremely
伊
busy.
講我無錢啦，
I said, I have no money.
無零散錢啦。
Not even loose change.
伊講我真無用，我只問你一句，
He says, I'm very busy, but I'll ask you just one
你
thing.
現在第一係無半鐳是無？
You do not have a single cent in your pocket right
我
now?
講有一箍啊銀啊，
I still maybe have about $1 or something.
伊要幫襯我現在無用，學完用了再嚟甲我講。
He wanted to help me. He says, after you finish using your dollar, then tell me.
當然對住環境我唔敢去摸着，
Of course, I did not
第一
dare.
來箍啊銀，
I had about $1 in my pocket.
倒來到宿舍，
I went back to the dorm,
聖靈大接住啊！
and the Spirit convicted me.
哇！你看 George Muller 見證真愛，啊！你敢無經驗啊？
And he says, you've heard the story of George Mueller, but you don't want to experience it
咱
yourself.
掠最少校長替你解決。
I thought that maybe the president would sell it for me.
我是根據腓比書第4章19節，
But I understood Philippians chapter 4, verse
主話
19.
我存箍銀啊！
Lord, I only have $1.
用頭斷架呢人啊，衫無去打水袂用的啦。
Lord, my hair is long and my clothes need dry cleaning.
無甲校長講，
Did not tell the
過
secretary.
幾日有一間教會要車團的會，
After a few days, there was a church that was going to have a missions conference.
請3個外學生去，
invited 3 foreign students.
一般是要讲外国学生来请祈祷，也无请阮三个吟诗，无见证。
And they did not even ask us.
因为迄讲道理真热心讲，未记了，请这三个连介绍我无介绍。
And so we do not even need to invite these 3 or introduce them.
牧师主持了，已经要祝福。
After the pastor conducted the service and was already about to give the benediction, suddenly he stopped.
我现在有一个感动。
I am moved within me right now. He says.
咱有三个学生需要咱帮助。
That down there are 3 overseas students who need our help.
来，这个自由方面。
Let us have an open offering for them.
迄个我收偌多钱啊
？That afternoon, how much did I receive?
唔是1块2块啦。
Not just $1 or $2.
180块。
$180.
上帝丰富。
Is God able to supply richly?
上帝予咱什么意外平安？
So first, God gives us a peace which passes all
上帝予咱
understanding.
什么点面的力量？
God gives us strength.
予咱所欠的。
And third, He gives us all that we need.
这两个我要讲。
These 2 things I'll tell you.
有时无都是钱。
Sometimes it's not money.
是智慧。
Sometimes it's wisdom.
有完就得报。
In Davao,
火烧了，有份火烧。
there was a fire nearby.
真大。
And the flames were.
叫火车来，哪像无办法得。
And it seemed that the fire trucks which came could not do anything about it.
较近我的，要别兄因前厝已经搬出来。
There was a brother who was right next door, and he had already moved his things out. And the fire was coming in the direction of the church. And they were saying, Pastor Shao, let's start moving the things from church. And I felt very difficult. And the fire was right next door and was threatening to take even the things we had. And there was someone who was going to steal my watch. And I knew that if there was a fire and if you did not save whatever you want to save, other people will save it for you. But they'll be saving it for themselves and not for you. And so what is one to do? Pray. And the peace came. What does the scripture say? It says, my God according to his riches. And he says, Pastor Shao, decide, do we move the things? Do we not move the things? And we say, how do we move the organ? It's on the 2nd floor. And if we do not want to move, we have trouble. If we move it, it might fall and we have even more trouble maybe. Do we get to move all of these? I cannot explain it to you, but I felt peace within me. And the members of the church came. And I said, let's divide up. Let's close the doors. There were people at the gates. The other half were inside. Was inside. And if they say move, we will move. And if I do not say that, well, we don't. The responsibility was mine. But there was peace. And suddenly there was this loud boom, an explosion. Because the fire just consumed this house, which just crumbled underneath it. And the whole wall collapsed. And and the fire just died out. I cannot explain it. Our doors were closed and we did not move anything, but the church did not lose anything at all. In the moment of your greatest need, God can grant you wisdom. And one last story for you. And it's not that easy. I moved from a small church to a big church. The church had 40-something deacons and elders.
我倒来一个执事中就真爱甲我对立。
And there was this a deacon who liked talking to me.
我講什麼就甲你講唔對。
And whatever I said, he would say that I was wrong.
一擺開會了。
And once after a meeting,
別個中就我。
another deacon comes along.
小牧師為啥呢？
He says, Pastor Shao, you can't do that.
你是牧師，
You're the pastor.
伊是執事，
He's a deacon.
那會使對你遐無禮數。
How can he be so disrespectful to you?
過來，這條代志你講對，伊講唔對。
And furthermore, in this matter, you are in the right and he is not.
這個提議你建議對，伊唔對。
Your suggestion is sound, his isn't.
過來，你講話無受氣，伊受氣。
When you spoke, you were calm, he was angry.
5、6個中就，阮做你何盾？
There were 5 or 6 deacons who were behind me.
哎，教在。
Let's give him a good lesson. Let's spank him.
你聽到情況一樣。
If you hear it, you probably are very happy.
你無受氣，伊受氣。
You were not angry, he was angry.
你對，伊唔對。
You were right, he was wrong.
你是牧師，伊是執事。
You're a pastor, he's a deacon.
就甲教，無違規。
We should teach him and give him a lesson.
阮做你何盾？
We will help you.
每一擺在修後練習。
Each time I have
我在修練習中，主啊，這代志要怎麼辦？
I ask God, how do we settle this matter?
聖靈真清楚。
The Spirit was very clear.
去找伊。
Look for him.
我頭一反應。
And my first reaction.
伊來找我，那我去找伊。
My first reaction was, he should come to see me, not me see him. And I said, Lord, no.
敢唔去啊？
I will not go. And why not?
我去會個受氣，我才會該用。
When I go, I might also get angry and we could shout at each other.
你欠聖靈嘅溫柔吼。
But you use the peace and quiet of the Spirit.
來，求聖靈嘅溫柔互你。
You ask God to give you a gentle spirit.
主啊，我是牧師，是執事呢。
Lord, I'm the pastor. He's
人
the
講我比
deacon.
較大。
I'm big.
聖靈講，教會唔是該去嘅。
He says, the church is not our own.
就是你是牧師，所以你就先去。
It's because you are the pastor that you need to go first.
我冇辦法聽聖靈嘅話。
And I had no choice, and I had to listen to the Spirit of God, and I went.
等我飼羊啊，
And when I
我
pressed
就
the
祈禱
doorbell,
無錢喎。
I was praying without end,
主啊，
believe me.
好啊，
Lord, you need to give me a gentle spirit.
呢個執事嘅書記出嚟。
The deacons got his door open.
你們食碗頭條。
And the helper said, you're looking for my
伊
boss.
都出去。
He just left.
唉，聽得真爽。
When I heard that, I was extremely, believe me, relieved.
總書記佢講第二句，
And he said some other phrase.
有啥要緊啊？伊半點鐘後會做嚟。
He says, is there any urgent matter? He'll be coming back maybe in half an hour.
我就落嚟，
And so,
我就落對辦公室落嚟。
and so I came down.
我4個月孫家，
And so I went visiting.
迄日孫一半心未平安，半點鐘啊，我去。
And that day I could not have peace. So after half an hour, I went back.
我承認，
I admit
我真唔甘願。
I was unwilling.
迄第一我度，小牧師你是牧師，伊是執事，你無受氣，伊受氣，即項你對，伊唔對。
The words of the other people were ringing in my mind. You were the pastor, he's a deacon, you were right, he's wrong, he was angry, you were not.
無，一項練習謙卑。
Learn humility.
我坐電梯去，伊是企喺5樓，辦公室5樓。
His office was on the 5th floor, and so I took the elevator.
對電梯甲辦公室無幾步。
Between the elevator and his office, there were not a few
我
steps.
行真慢啊！中國人講寸步難行，我是唔是難行，唔是寸步啊！我飛飛啊，就行一幾度，就行一幾度。
I walked very slowly, measured in inches, and I was praying all throughout.
然後到遐就變現真似樣啊！
And when I arrived there, by faith, I had to ring the doorbell.
即係來開門，
The deacon opens the door.
唔是生氣。
He was not angry.
小牧師，
Pastor Shao,
我早起真未平安，
I could not have peace this
都
morning.
要去牧師閣樓甲你講。
I was just about to go to the parsonage to look for you.
先人解決，
Who settled things?
聖靈。
The Holy Spirit.
當我需要謙卑。
I needed humility.
要你免解釋咯，伊自然。我早起未平安，要去，啊！你多過來。
And I was going to go to you in the morning, and you come here to me.
這三節記住嘛。
Remember these 3 verses of Scripture.
應該一無掛慮，凡事禱告祈求感謝，將你所買嘅上帝講，上帝賜你什麼？意外的平安。
You are to be anxious over nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, you present your requests to God, and He grants you peace, passing all understanding. Verse 13, the person who grants me strength, He will, if He does not take it away, He shall grant you strength. And all you need, He will give to you. Sometimes He will not give it to you in the form you expect it. Sometimes He'll give you wisdom. Sometimes He will teach you humility. We pray now.
主啊，阮感謝你，佢哋比世上山真清楚禱告祈禱的應允，互阮攏享受意外平安，互阮攏享受點面來的力量，享受你無比豐豐富富的供給一切，奉主的名感謝，阿門。